Hello, everybody.
Hi.
My little name is Anitra.
And my little name is Alicia.
And welcome back to our The Challenge USA Season 2 reaction video for
Episode 8.
7, actually.
Oh, I thought we
Lucky number 7. Remember? No, we were looking forward.
We were talking about it.
Lucky number 7, yes. So this
right.
Will it be lucky, though? That's yet to be seen.
We'll see.
So you start us off because I was actually in the back, like trying to get ready, so I kind of missed something.
So Wes comes back in, everybody's congratulating him, and he gives a speech about how he really just hopes people will give him a chance from now on and play a fair game. I understand where he's coming from. I don't think like it's like manipulative or anything, but from his perspective, he feels like he hasn't been giving a fair shot. And he's like, nobody will work with the vets and everything, but it's like, they're trying to win too. Like, they're not trying to help you win. That's just
you've had your time. Like, you've won. You, Bananas, all you guys have won. A lot of you guys, not all of you guys, but you guys have won. So
I really don't see why anybody would be helping them, honestly, especially people that are rookies. They have no reason to be helping them.
Yeah, especially when we've seen season after season where they'd be like, the rookies just go in. Like, it's okay. Like, we had to do it. And so it's like, the vets are going to go in. Sorry. Like, it is what it is. But yeah, go on.
And somebody first was like, oh my gosh, I hope he doesn't think anybody's buying this. And they show Alyssa, and she is buying it. And Corey's like, I'm buying it too, but I don't know that anyone else is.
Yeah.
And
we like Wes. Everybody loves Wes. And then we move on to, what was it?
We see Wes and Cassie making a ceasefire. And then we see Chris talking to Monty.
But then she's like,
she made her face to the camera. She's like,
which is hilarious. But
and then we see Chris talking to
Monty and Tyler.
Or I don't even know if
or talking about them.
Yeah, about them. And
which is interesting. We love a enemies to friends trope. Love that.
But I don't even think we realized last week that he was going to have to be like.
I realized it.
Well, they showed Wes with Cassidy, so we knew that they were going to have to be working together. But it's very funny and poetic that Chris is now having to work with Tyler and Monty, guys that he had been targeting. So, like you said, it can be really good for his game. And it'll also be really good for their game.
We've seen a lot of Michaela, you guys, which I'm like, guys, what are we setting up? I love Michaela, so I love the screen time, but it's just like overkill. I hope they're not setting it up for her to go in, because then it's like, oh, you spelled it out. Hopefully it's the opposite. Hopefully we're setting her up
for a W.
For the dub, yes.
But they're definitely setting up something. You heard it here first.
Yes. Okay, so they're at the daily. It's this really cool thing. They're in scrambling things. Michaela doesn't trust Wes, just to go back to that. She doesn't trust Wes. Wes is like, why can't we get along? And here we are. It's back.
I don't understand why they can't get along, but
I know 2 of our faves. Like,
Michaela don't care about making enemies. I'll tell you that. If she don't like someone, if she don't trust someone, she's gonna make it be nice.
She said she's made that mistake before, so that's hilarious. Okay, so we got to the daily. I'm gonna talk a little bit because you're eating, so finish chewing. She's like, why did she tell people? Oh, okay. She's done. So the daily, hate it. I like it in theory, but guys, this is so boring. It's like the emerald and the ruby cell all over again. Like this
Stop
BS
making
thing.
The teams not be even. Like, it's
so
not hard
simple
to sit people out.
Yes.
Moving on. Sit people out. Make it fair.
Okay. Exactly. So they had no hope. They were doing their best. Like, kudos to you, red team and green team. But in the end, they just had an unfair advantage and they bulldozed it. Nothing to be too proud of, Blue. Sorry. But let's just call a spade a spade. Don't be too proud, because you have more brains and more brawn. So the blue team wins. I would be happy for y'all, but I just don't like the unfairness. So now we're at the house.
And Josh is talking about how he has a plan and he wants to pit 2 strong survivor girls against each other. It's so funny that these people that have not won are like trying to control everything. But here we are with Josh.
Here we are.
And he's explaining this plan to a lot of the Big Brother people, and he's like, and the way we can do this is have Tyler be like a pawn, which I don't understand why.
I really don't understand it at all. I don't
think he has to be a pawn.
Why Tyler? Don't get it. We don't get it. Chris is right there if you're talking about Survivor, so we don't get it.
Why not vote Chris back in? I don't understand.
Don't understand.
But anyway, here we are, and then Tiffany is like, oh, I'm not so sure about this plan to the camera, but she's there and she's like, she's just taking everything
She said,
in.
but you do got to go big.
She was like, yeah, I'm not so sure about this plan because those are people that I'm aligned with.
Yeah.
So
you do have to go big.
Yeah, we do want to go big. I want to go big. I'm just not sure that my big is going to line up with what you want to do.
I'm not sure if my big is the same big as your big. So she wants to do something big, but it might not be the same.
Yeah, we're interested to see what Tiffany's big.
Actually, interested this time to see. But
maybe we can be on her side this time. I'm glad to see that she's actually trying to be loyal.
Right.
To her people.
Which is cool. But yeah, Michaela did not win. They did not set her up for the win. So it looks like it's overkill editing for the lose for her to go into elimination. Stop doing this. It's not cool. So
it's not needed.
Pretty much no surprise that Michaela's going to be going in. But we did get to see her talk about her challenge journey, how she's proud of her smarts and her strength, but she still has more.
If she doesn't go in.
She has more to accomplish. So love you, Michaela. Going for you. Entertained. I am entertained.
Are you entertained?
I am. Thank you, Michaela. Thank you for your services. So
gotta love how bold she is. Gotta love how she just does not care.
She just doesn't care.
She was the same with Survivor, and that's why so many people loved her. She had so many iconic moments. Go back and look at her reel, y'all. If y'all haven't seen, go look at Michaela Moments Survivor. And just watch the video. There's a video for her, and
she showed me that, and that's how I became a fan of hers, because I didn't actually watch Survivor back then, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm a fan for sure. Cannot wait to see her on the challenge. So yes, absolutely watch that. And so what happened, what we thought was going to happen, Michaela got put in. The guys, they deliberated. We already talked about that, how they came up with their plan to throw Tyler in. So they had their meeting. And it's actually quite funny. Banana says, oh, wow, I'm going to do the same thing. It's almost like we discussed this or something. That was actually funny.
That was funny. I was like, oh, they don't even care anymore. Like, they were trying to be secretive before, but now they're not. They've gotten their way. They've gotten their numbers.
Yeah, it was almost, they got their numbers. They got the numbers.
Which I didn't realize. I thought it was 4-4, but they are 7. A team of 7. So literally they have 4 vets, counting Fessy, who is playing the middle, but we all know who he's here for. And 3 that are non-vets. So they don't have the numbers anymore on that team. So the vets are going to get what they want, and they got what they wanted. Tyler handled it really well.
He did handle it really well. And Michaela handled it really well. She was like, oh my, I'm so shocked that this has happened.
But she did call some folks out, and it was funny because she was like, I bet Josh is behind this.
Me? Like, why are you coming at me, though? What?
No, I'm not.
Hurt? Guilty?
Dude, yes, you are. You were behind it, and Michaela called it. She knew it. And she's like, you're not going to call me, you're not going to play me for a fool. And I was like, man, Michaela got him clocked.
She said, it's okay, though. It don't make no difference to me. Like, I'm just going to go against the girl. I'm going to go to the blue team. Like, it's all good over here. I'm not going against the guy. Like, and he's like, she's like, it doesn't make sense for you to put down a strong girl. And it doesn't. That's what I was saying. I was like, put down a girl, sure, so you can stay out of elimination. But you're going to the final more than likely to work with the girls. So you will want to have strong girls in the final.
That's so true. So
she's like, really... the math ain't mathing. It doesn't make sense. But okay, sure, Josh.
Like, why are you
You're so smart, Josh. Yeah. Mastermind Josh. That's what she's like. She's like, you're not fooling me. But
and the only thing that we needed to talk about that was happened before was
Tiffany. Oh my gosh.
Tiffany being vulnerable.
Tiffany broke my heart.
And that could also be foreshadowing. Like, she could very well be going in against Michaela.
I call it, because these folks ain't got no kind of tact. They spell everything out. Tiffany's going in. I'm calling it now. You heard it here. I feel very bad for her. I just feel like she forgot her victory from last week so quickly. How she hung up on that board during trivia like Spider Girl, and now she's feeling like she's bringing nothing to the team.
Unless
like, why is she here?
Out of order.
Maybe they're showing it out of order. They definitely could be doing that, but either way, it's heartbreaking. That's why you don't show stuff out of order. Like, show it in order so you're not spelling things out the week it happens. But
and it was nice to see, Alyssa, encourage her and be like, you're
in tears,
favorite player for a reason. And I was so excited to meet you. And Chanel, be like, you just gotta
believe in yourself. You have to believe in yourself. And you made it so far. I'm telling y'all, it's a beautiful thing. And Tiffany, we've had our qualms with you, didn't like some of the things that you've done, but please don't get it twisted. We feel like this with most of the players. We can't support anyone like 100%, but that doesn't mean we don't like you as a person. Yeah. And definitely
like Tiffany as a person.
Yes,
for sure.
that's not going to change.
I just didn't like some of the things she was doing in the game because I just felt like she wasn't being completely loyal.
And thank you for that vulnerability, and know that you are enough and you are good. And Cara Maria, she went home first, her first season of the challenge, and look at her, one of the best girls to ever play this game.
And I think they say the same about, was it Evelyn? went home first, and then she came.
No, Evelyn too. See, there's so many people, and you haven't gone home first. Like, just believe in yourself, like Chanel said. But anyways, we're not going to ramble on. We had some extra time. Just wanted to say that. All the love to you, Tay. Where to start? That's a lot to cover.
Where to start?
There's a lot to cover. I think when we came back was when they went to the club, right?
Yeah, they did maybe something before that, but maybe it wasn't a big deal. Okay.
Well, maybe was that when they had their talk with Michelle? And they were talking about Michelle, and they were like, no one's saying Michelle's name. No one's saying her name. Is she making some deals? Is she double dipping?
And of course, we find out that she is. Mm-hmm. And I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of people don't like her maybe in the game. Like, they feel like she can't be trusted.
Yeah, we've been hearing that.
Kind of slimy. Yeah. And, I mean, she's showing that here.
I mean, I don't fault her. You got to do your best to be well-connected and stay out of the hopper. But yeah, be careful, because these Survivor people, they like Godfather over here. They like,
they're like they got their numbers, and they can easily turn on you at any time.
And you won't have them no more.
Yeah,
because they be like, oh, she don't need us.
She's playing a slippery game.
Yeah. But
so we'll see how that works out for her. But she
then,
avoided this one, at least.
She did avoid this one, which she didn't want to see Michaela. She didn't want those problems. So I don't blame her. I wouldn't want those problems either. So they go to the club. This is so fun. The boys are so bored.
Bananas and West.
Fun uncles, Uncle West and Uncle Bananas, so bored that they're like, okay, what can we do? Let's get into some shenanigans. West is like, I am the Cupid of the challenge house. I have put so many couples together, which he has. Like, I literally remember him and Bananas during Total Madness, both of them setting up a love bungalow for somebody. Y'all tell me in the comments, but they set up a love bungalow.
I don't remember it.
For somebody.
Yeah, tell us in the comments.
Yes. So it's true. But now they're back at it, and they're trying to get, their target is Tyler and Alyssa. And they talk to Alyssa first. They work it out. They tell her the plan, so she's in on it. They have consent and approval, and then they move on and they get Tyler. And Alyssa's like, "Fine, I'll do this. It's such a chore, you know. Yeah. But fine, if someone has to do it, I volunteer as tribute."
And then they get hot and heavy, y'all. They
kissed in the club, and they did not stop.
Back to the challenge house. Yeah.
Yes, and Fessel and Monty are teasing them, of course, but it was a great moment. We love to see it. They're getting to know each other more and more. But now we get to the scary part with this hopper, and quite a lot of guy names are coming up. We have one on Corey, one on Monty,
one on Josh.
One on Josh, and Josh was like, it's like, yeah, you're not immune.
You're not invincible.
You're in this game too. Yeah. So, but it's a little scary, because
there's 3 men votes, and then the rest of them are the women. But like Anitra was about to say, you cannot guarantee.
You can't say someone's a pawn
going to go in
this game. Yeah, if people are
all
voting,
it takes is one vote.
If there's any male vote in there, it's a possibility that they go in. So I don't know how you can tell someone they're a pawn. Nice try. This isn't Big Brother though. I don't know why they fell for that. Josh thought it was Big Brother, and they were convinced too. They were like, yeah, we can have a pawn in the challenge. No, you can't.
I think Tyler just honestly doesn't care. Like, he's like, somebody has to go in, and I'll go in and I'll win and I'll go on blue.
Yeah, I'm glad he has that attitude, because no, you cannot have pawns. It barely works in Big Brother. It doesn't really work in Big Brother. But you cannot have a pawn in the challenge house is what we learned. That's the lesson for this episode. It might be the lesson for real if he goes in.
Yeah, but based off of what we've been foreshadowed, we would think it would be
probably
Tiffany.
Which is crazy, because she had 2 votes and Chanel had so many. I personally don't want to see Chanel go against Michaela. So this might be better for me, but it's going to be sad nonetheless to see these 2 go against each other. I'm going to have to root for Michaela if it does happen. I'm so sorry, Tiffany. I have been wanting Michaela to be on this show and come back to the show for the longest, so it's going to have to be her.
Well, hate to say told you so, but...
Yep, they foreshadowed the mess out of it, but I was so entertained by ABC, like when they did it, the way they did it, like they pulled the ball.
Yes, I'm right here.
Of course. I think the third thing that happened that amused me was, okay, so they said, the first thing, they said, Michaela, you are going in, and, well, okay, so Tyler went up and he's celebrating with Monty and Alyssa, which I was like, oh, this is cute. Like, I love this Alyssa as having Monty as a close friend. They did the same season together, and having Tyler as this guy who she's getting to know. So that was the first thing, and I was like, oh, this is sweet. And then Michaela was like, anyways, who I'm going against. And so I was like, I love Michaela so much. That girl went down there and said, ooh, basketball. He said, oh, you're good at basketball? Or, no, but, you know. I love her. So she was like, anyways, let's go. So that was the second thing. And then the third thing was, he's like, okay, let's see who she's going against. And then Chanel's like, she's accepted her fate. She's like, go ahead and say it, TJ. And then he's like, Tiffany. And she's like,
and everybody's like mind blown.
Yes. So those 3 moments, I was like, oh, gosh. Dang. Okay. Sorry. We got some good TV tonight, y'all. We have some good TV tonight.
So we didn't get to talk about previously on the previous break. Tiffany was calling out the men.
Tiffany versus, it was really the men.
Just being like wimps and not playing like big boys and targeting the women. Which she's well within her rights to yell at whoever she wants. She's mad.
And she's right. She's absolutely right when you think about it, because it's like, you guys, you're going to go to the end with all of these guys. Like, shouldn't you be trying to get... But you're so afraid that you might possibly...
Josh is so afraid to go in. Josh be doing this stuff to cover his own self.
Yeah. She's like, you're so afraid to go in there that you're going to go to the end with these stacked up guys and probably lose. Like, what are you doing?
So she was calling them out. And for whatever reason, Josh decided that she was talking about him, even though she said nobody's name.
Nobody's name.
And so he wanted to get...
guilty
with her.
He's guilty.
With her, and
he
she's
just
like,
said it.
Josh, ain't nobody talking about you.
It's not always about you.
Have several seats.
Like Cassidy,
Josh.
like Alyssa Lopez told Tori some weeks ago. It's not always about you. Like, that's what, like...
He just really looked like he showed his butt, honestly. He showed his butt. Tiffany put him in his place as he deserved.
He said it in his confessional that he felt bad that he couldn't stick by. So it's like, if you feel bad, why, if people feel bad, do they lash out? But he lashed out because he was guilty. And just Tiffany
she's like, I ain't got no beef with you, Josh. I ain't got no problem with you. But if you want to make it a problem, we can have a problem.
Good luck, girl. I'm like... Okay, Josh. Okay.
Bye,
anyways, like Michaela said, anyway. So
they go into this elimination. It's basketball. It's a really cool elimination. It's all about having that momentum and aiming right.
Throw your body around like they did last week.
Tiffany just
doesn't have a good aim.
Yeah, she didn't have the momentum, but then she finally got a little bit of a momentum, but then she didn't have the aim.
She was just throwing and praying, living on a prayer, and just getting nowhere near. And meanwhile, Michaela is like, Kobe, LeBron, Lisa Leslie, like she's just like throwing them in back to back to back. So
she like killed it like 10-1. It was a little bit embarrassing, but it's okay. At least Tiffany scored 1 up in there.
She did, and she was like, "Hey, I got 1. Hey,"
and everybody was cheering for her. They were so happy for her.
She got some friends in that house, so that's a beautiful thing.
People were sad to see her go, and then
lots of people came down and hugged her.
Like, ooh, yep. Michaela was like, "Oh, I'm so ready to defect the blue team and take Tori's spot." And then TJ was like, "Hold up, wait a minute, game done changed."
Rude.
Yeah, it was rude. I would have loved to have seen just 1 week of her taking Tori's spot. That would have been awesome.
Yes.
But at the same time, we're going into individuals,
which it has been so long, you guys, so long. I can't even remember. Put in the comments if you remember. It's been years since we've had an individual free agents type theme. They've been doing teams and partners forever.
So we're excited. It's anybody's game. Anything can happen. I definitely feel like the vets are going to be more exposed than that they think they are. We'll see. Hopefully the rookies are going to be smart again and be like, oh, they're exposed. They don't have the numbers anymore. Let's get them out.
Yes.
We'll see. It's definitely like coming into the home stretch, so they need to.
Yeah, and this looks like it's about to get crazy. And I can't tell you, we're about to be gone, but I can't tell you how annoyed I was when TJ would always be like, oh, blue team, again, just savages. He just kept saying it during the elimination, oh, blue team. And I'm like, you act like they don't have 7 people and everybody else, like, okay.
5.
Anyways, but yeah, that's been our recap. Thank you so much for joining us. Cannot wait to see you next week when we have a free agents game now. See ya for episode 8. God bless.
God bless.